Well, I want to thank, and I'm really and particularly proud that you are here because you've been right from the beginning. You understood it, you got it. A lot of people don't understand it, and it's sort of easy to do. And I'm so happy that it happened before the election as opposed to after the election, because this is big news. Now, I don't know if the fake news will cover it, but this is big news. Now, think of it. The biggest plants in the world were going to be built, and now they've stopped. And what that would do is really hurt America, and it'll devastate Michigan. So I'm glad you were able to hear it as soon as I got the information. But the information is solid, and we're going to get those plants to be built, ideally right here. We're going to work on it very hard. As far as the election is concerned, we're doing very well. You see we're up in the polls pretty substantially. They have a new thing, a new phenomena, and that's gambling polls. They call it polypoll or something. I've never heard of it. Polymarket. And we're, I guess, at 64 to 38, 36, something like that. So that's not bad. I don't know what the hell it means, but it means that we're doing pretty well. And we're the 64, by the way, okay? Just, we don't want to be the 38 or 36. So I just want to let the mayor know. I want to let the council members know, the 3 council members. I appreciate it. We won't forget it. Please stand up. And I want to thank Brian and all the people from the UAW and just auto workers, frankly, UAW or not, just auto workers, and they're great auto workers up here. This is where it all began. It all began for the world. It all began right here. And then slowly but surely, and then actually rapidly, it got taken away from us like candy gets taken away from a baby. They take that candy away from a baby so easy, and that's what they did to us. And a long time ago, you know, I told the story where I was given the Man of the Year or something. I was given a big award, and I came up and spoke, and I talked about how this is long before I ran for politics. And by the way, the fake New York Times said it never happened, and then I found the event. I found it. Did you see that? Yeah. And they said, well, it never happened. There was no such award given, or there was no such event. And fortunately, we found a newspaper article that talked about I was up here. This is long before this. This is probably 18 or 19 years ago. And I came up and I talked about, don't let them steal your jobs. Don't let them steal your automobile factories. And but they did. I wasn't involved. I was happily in the private sector. But this is much better. This is much more important for me because we're going to save America. We're going to save the automobile industry, which wouldn't have happened if we didn't come along. Right. I mean, think of it. If you have all these places building these plants with China's money and other countries, I'm not looking to blame China, other countries too, you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. We're going to build a lot of different plants in Mexico and Canada. We have to watch Canada. But Mexico and Canada, all of a sudden, you're going to say, what happened to our industry? We'll be bringing cars. You'll be a parking lot for cars that are going to be sold in America. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to make the auto industry bigger and better and stronger than it's ever been before. This community is such a big factor. I'm surprised you knew that, Brian. I'm very impressed with you.
Absolutely. Those are my coworkers.
Do you have a little Arab blood in you?
But these guys are good workers.
I know they are. They're great people too, and they're smart, and that's what we want. So it's an honor to get your endorsement. It's an honor to be here as we open up this beautiful facility. And I'm going to be seeing you a lot, Mr. Mayor. And I think he has a hell of a future, don't you think?
President, one thing that the Democrats keep sending to our communities to scare them that you will come and deport them, although some of them are second and third generation immigrants. So I want you to respond to these accusations and fear delivering to our community. What would you say?
Fake news. Fake news. They say every week they have a different concept for me. I'm going to be the biggest dictator in the world. I'm going to destroy the world. They have so many things that they've said about me, and nothing sticks. Is this the new one? I'm going to come and we're going to deport, but just your community. That's good. Well, and I'll tell you what, they're also great people. They're great workers. And you're going to be there. Thank you. It's a tremendous honor to be with you. now we're going to go. We're going to make 2 stops, and we're going to make a big speech. But this was a very important one. This is my first stop, and this is in honor of the mayor because, in particular, he and the 3 council members.
Mr. President, on behalf of the city of Hamtramck, and we would like to present you a certificate of appreciation for visiting our city. And I would like to call the 3 elected officials, if you don't mind, to join me to hand you this certificate, please. It's going to be historic for our city.